What the f is ICE going to do that local law enforcement doesn't do? Are you telling me that our brave boys in the blue in Boston are not actively going after people who do heinous and violent crimes? They are. And the criminal justice system is obviously arresting these people and then putting them in prison. Why the fuck do you act like they're just releasing rapists when your advocacy is unironically giving rapists a free ticket to roam free, a new lease on life? Holy, that is so crazy. This was the other thing that they did today. Sanctuary cities hearing.
Myself to begin questions for 5 minutes, and I have limited time, so I want to start with a simple yes or no question.
Sanctuary cities were initially advocated for by law enforcement who saw this as a great opportunity to be able to actually solve crimes in areas where there were undocumented witnesses, because they realized that undocumented witnesses or undocumented victims would not collaborate with law enforcement because of the very real fears that they would get deported if they did that.
And I'm going to hold you all to that because after the first question, then we'll allow for a little more time. But Mayor Johnston, in 2017, Denver prohibited city officials, including corrections officers, from assisting and cooperating with any investigation, detention, or arrest procedures related to federal immigration laws. The city also stated that federal immigration authorities shall not be granted access or allowed to use the secure areas of any city or county jail. Mayor Johnston, is Denver a sanctuary city?
A lot of folks use that term.
Yes or no?
Sorry, Mr. Chairman. Folks use that term differently. I can tell you what Denver does. We do not.
Okay, I take that as a yes. Mayor Johnson, no, yes or no? I take that as a yes. Mayor Johnson, on March 10th, 2020.
I love these hearings where it's like, oh, you thought this was about correcting the record? No, this is about me undermining you and making fun of you. Why the fuck did you think I cared about your answer, dumbass?
23, you posted on X that Chicago must lead and live by the promise to be a sanctuary city. Is Chicago?
When we said this was a hearing, y'all thought we'd hear you? Hell no, you hear us.
A sanctuary city?
A 40-year policy of being a welcoming city.
Yes.
A 40-year policy of a welcoming
yes.
city.
Mayor Wu, in November 2024, you gave an interview noting that you served on the city council a decade ago when the Boston Trust Act was first passed. You said in that interview that in terms of Boston's policy, there is a prohibition on resources and personnel going to enforce civil immigration detainers, meaning Boston police and other departments cannot cooperate with ICE when it comes to detaining on civil warrants. Mayor, is Boston a sanctuary city?
Boston is a safe city.
I take that as a yes. And Mayor Adams, on November 12, 2024, you said, quote, this is a sanctuary city, but I must comment that you have, of the witnesses today of the major cities, you have publicly stated that you were willing to work with ICE on detaining the most criminal illegals, and I want to publicly thank you for that. But my question to you, sir, is New York City a sanctuary city?
Based on our classification, yes.
Okay. Last year, in a Boston suburb, an illegal alien raped and impregnated his 14-year-old daughter while living in a shelter for illegal aliens. Mayor Wu, under Boston law, would you turn this criminal over to ICE on a detainer?
Whenever there's a criminal warrant, Boston police enforce that and hold people accountable.
So would you turn that criminal over to ICE?
This happened outside the city of Boston, but I can tell you in the city, whenever someone commits a crime, whenever there's a criminal warrant, we hold them accountable. If ICE deems that they are dangerous enough to obtain a criminal warrant, and the Boston police will enforce it.
Will you turn that criminal over to ICE?
We follow the laws, and we make sure that everyone...
In Chicago, an illegal alien who is a suspected member of a violent foreign gang who was brought into custody for his potential involvement in a murder...
I already unlocked the fucking meta, big dog. I already did. The meta is clear. Whenever they say this shit, turn around. Whenever they see this shit, turn around and be like, why do you want rapists to fucking roam free? Like, what is this? What is ICE? You think cops, you hate cops? You think that our criminal justice system is insignificant? You think that what is this? JPEG Mafia, Hasan Piker is not getting shot with you? The fuck? Where'd this come from? Please delete your account. I'm good. I don't know why he said this, but I don't know. I mean, good on him, I think. Black people, you are not worth shit to your performative white friends. And when the Trump administration turns its crosshairs to black people, you understand they will not stand and get shot with you. You must understand this. Oh, he's saying that I will not get shot alongside black people. You know what's really funny about this? Like, I get actively targeted for fucking doing pro-Palestinian demonstrations. So I don't know why he thinks that, like, you know, I'm squeaky clean in terms of scrutiny. Didn't he recently also talk about how, like, y'all didn't vote for Kamala over Palestine, and this is what you deserve or something? Isn't that like the most fucking lib shit? I mean, look, I hope he's doing all right. I don't know. I wish him well. I hope he's doing good. I think he's just baiting. These white boys are here to pretend to be black men and nothing else. They want to be cool, not help. Yeah, me famously, I'm always doing that. I don't think he's talking about me. I think he's grouping me with like two Hollis, which I think is odd. But hey, it is what it is.
Murder. He was released when Cook County declined to press charges. This illegal alien is also facing charges for kidnapping and sexually assaulting his former girlfriend last year. Now he's on the streets. Mayor Johnson.
My point is this. I was talking about this already before we got sidestepped for no fucking reason, for irrelevant drama where I randomly caught a stray. The counter narrative to this, the active counter to this is, what the fuck is ICE gonna do that local law enforcement doesn't do? Are you telling me that our brave boys in the blue in fucking Boston are not actively going after people who do heinous and violent crimes? They are. And the criminal justice system is obviously arresting these people and then putting them in prison. Why the fuck do you act like they're just releasing rapists when your advocacy is unironically giving rapists a free ticket to roam free, a new lease on life? This is what I cannot understand. I want the criminal justice system to actually offer real justice to the victims that have been harmed. Okay? Deportation in this regard, in many circumstances, is not real justice. You're just literally saying, like, oh no, they can roam free. Yeah. One-way ticket back to your nation of origin, where who the fuck is going to take prison over? I mean, who's going to choose prison in that situation? Literally everyone will be like, oh, thank God. Thank you. Anyway.
Under Chicago law, would you turn this criminal over to ICE on a detainer?
Our local law enforcement works hard every day to get criminals off the streets of Chicago.
Would you turn that criminal over to ICE? That's the problem. That's one of the topics of this conversation. That's one of the problems we've heard from Tom Hammond and from the Homeland Security, is that in your cities, when someone's apprehended for a crime, and ICE is now, with this new federal policy, wanting to come in and deport the criminal alien, that you will not cooperate with ICE. Will you turn that criminal over to ICE?
And we do not harbor criminals. Our local police department works hard every single day to ensure that the city of Chicago is
Yes
safe.
or no? Will you turn the criminal over to ICE?
With a criminal warrant from the federal government, our local law enforcement.
No, and you're all a bunch of idiots, literal idiots watching a black man tweet and talking shit. You won't get shot with us. Fuck you. Boy, shut the fuck up. I will find you and slime you. I think if you're a JPEG Mafia fan, you can't be running around saying that you're going to slime people. I say this as someone who is a JPEG Mafia fan, who's welcomed him into my home alongside my family during the holiday season. Bro, I know it's just enraging. He's not even saying anything extremely bad. I didn't respond to it in a super severe way. I just simply said, I don't know what the fuck is going on. I think the reality of the matter is, however, invoking my name in that regard is, to actively invoking my name in that regard is to farm. It's for farming. Yeah, he's just crashing out. I'm a brown man with immigrant parents. Y'all are weird. Oh, so you're a brown man with immigrant parents and you're over here talking about you won't get shot with us. Fuck you. So you're not even black. That's interesting. So I was right. Talking about how, boys, shut the fuck up. I will find you and slime you. I'm a brown man with immigrant parents and y'all are weird. Interesting.
Repeatedly collaborates with federal agents.
So you're saying publicly today, you will turn that alien over to ICE in a safe place like a jail and not turn him out on the street and say, here you go, ICE, good luck. You will turn that criminal over to ICE.
With a criminal warrant, as we have done for 40 years.
Should that criminal be turned over to ICE?
With a criminal warrant, they are subject to the federal laws, and that includes deportation.
My time has expired, but
I think law enforcement jurisdiction on this stuff is like fairly clear. I don't know why Congress has to overstep the different like different boundaries that different jurisdictions have. It's perfectly valid for localities to refuse to work with federal agents for a number of different issues, especially if it's outside of the scope of their investigation, outside of their boundaries, outside of their jurisdiction. It's perfectly valid. God damn, dude. Holy shit.